Well, there may be a war on Christmas in some very tiny minority settings. There would be extreme secularists out there who would not want any mention of the faith, whatever faith it might be, or religion, or to take the Christ element away from Christmas. Is there kind of a vociferous minority? Yeah. But as there is a vociferous minority on the other side who would kind of be wanting to make the war against them and almost going to any extremes whatsoever to resist any kind of generic celebration of the season. But my own sentiment is, apart from those two tiny extremes, the great majority of people love the season. They appreciate the element of faith, whether they're Christian or not, Jewish or not, for Hanukkah. They're just kind of grateful for the more noble, beautiful, uplifting sentiments that seem to characterize this season. And I, for one, am just kind of happy that there's such a spillover from what Christmas is all about, and I presume, as the rabbi is, from what Hanukkah is all about, that all of society kind of enjoys it. And whether they want to say Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Season's Greetings, to me is almost secondary. It's that they're kind of part of this uplifting, noble, freeing, gracious characteristic of the season. I, for one, rejoice in that.
From a rabbi's perspective, it's not at all obvious that there's a war against Christmas. It looks to me like the whole world is Christmas right now. And Jewish kids growing up, really, we are put somewhat on the defensive, because unless you have something to offer, you're going to be overwhelmed by Christmas. Christmas is everywhere you turn. It's on every radio station. It's on every corner. There are trees all over the place. And this doesn't happen every day.
No.
So there's a tremendous sense of the presence of Christmas. And if there's a problem, we don't realize the problem that is the war against Christmas. It's the defensive nature that sometimes we have to participate in, because we have to be sure that we give Jewish kids an option out there, because they can be overcome by it, because they could feel that, who am I? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And the unfortunate truth is that a lot of Jewish families are, number one, not knowledgeable about their own faith. And number two, if they're knowledgeable, they're not knowledgeable enough, and they don't have the courage to be able to do what sometimes you have to do with a child, which is to provide another way. Because there is an overwhelming culture that is going in one direction, and in a way we have to swim a little bit against the tide. That's not a very easy thing for some families to deal with.
I could see that.
So we as rabbis really have to encourage that at this time of the year. It's perfectly possible to do.